Well, hey Gundam Maniacs, welcome to another episode of Gundam Explained. In this episode, we're going to be looking at an exclusive, Tamashii Nation store exclusive that is, in New York, of this NXEDGE or NXEDGE style High New Gundam. It looks awesome. These things are pretty cool, this NXEDGE style. I have a Penelope of one. You know, what's really cool is that this is a Tokyo limited version and brought to you by Sieg, New York and Zionic Shadow. Thank you very much for this. And before we get started, if you haven't, please subscribe. If you think this is a cool video, give it a like, check the links in the description for ways you can support the channel. Or come join our Discord, we have a lot of fun there. But let's get started. All right, and here we have it, a High New. Not a stranger to the channel. I've done recent reviews of the metal build. Yeah, the metal build, right? And I did the real grade. Also, it came out in GBO2 recently. It was a lot of fun to use that there. But hey, again, shout out to Sieg, New York, and Zionic Shadow. Went to the Tamashii Nation store in New York and found this exclusive High New Gundam and decided to give it on over to Adam here. But, you know, another thing, too, is in the past I have complained about SD Gundam, and then, you know, the design's a little chibi, whatever things. But then, like, I really like the Mobile Suit Ensemble, because they're almost like the scale and the proportions still work. And I have to say, that is the case with this. And, you know, again, I have the Penelope as well. And, I mean, yeah, you're getting that articulation in the figure. And the way it's scaled too, it's like you could put this head on a bigger figure. That'd be fun to do, and it's gonna look fine. It's just the proportions relative to each other are off, but they're not like super goofy looking. Okay, so taking a look at the figure here, again, very cool. Well, I'm at it. Actually, let me take this backpack off. Let's look at this articulation here. There's quite a bit. Yeah, if you need it to turn all the way around, it does. I'll take off this here. Okay, here's a problem. It's not too big of a deal, but the arm tends to fall off a lot when I'm doing some adjustments. But honestly, it's not too often. Although it might happen a couple times in this video. We'll see. But anyway, the feeling of this, the plastic here, is more like something out of a G-frame, whereas... And it could be that's what it is, actually, now that I'm thinking about it. I mean, there's this metal here that's glossy, but the Penelope actually has a gold plates on it. All right, here's the Penelope. And yeah, the feeling on it, it's still plastic, but it's like a different consistency. Almost like it's harder, like almost a rubber. I don't know how to explain it. Whereas this is a little more plasticky. Maybe that's how they normally are. But like this wouldn't even be to scale. All right, you know, moving down, looking at the arms, it has... full rotation, all the rotation you need. We can see the joint in there. Basic joint, but it's everything you need at this scale. Arm goes up pretty good. It's kind of like a ball joint. It's a little peg that goes in there that you can just move around. Side skirts, front skirts, back skirts, they don't really move. But the legs do, and we can see the joint that it has in there. So it's kind of, it's just on a ball joint that's angled. I would say almost legs kind of have some limited movement, but because these are kind of rubber or they're on some sort of loose plastic, it actually makes it easy to work with it. So I appreciate that aspect. Yeah, all our articulation is there you'd want. It's a cool little guy. Like really just actually holding it, going through the paces of the articulation. It's a sturdy little fella. It looks awesome. I love that metallic sheen that we see by looking at it like this. But yeah, moving on to accessories, the main thing, because it kind of completes it, is its backpack and thruster canisters. It's all one piece, which actually, that is nice. That's just less you have to deal with falling off. I mean, yeah, wouldn't it be cool to be able to like move the wings in, you know, these fin funnels? Yeah, but at least it's like permanently in a cool pose, and you don't have to worry about little individual pieces falling off. I mean, this backpack does come off easily, but even then, it's almost a good thing. Like if it was to drop, it would just come apart. So yeah, that's this. Not too much to it. And in terms of weapons, we've got the beam saber here, which goes into the two beam saber holding hands that it has. Here's the other one, whereas the other hand's just an open hand. So that's cool that those options are there. Also, his beam rifle. And that fits in just right. It doesn't have any trigger on here, so no need for a trigger finger. And then the shield, complete with decal. And on the arm here, there's a little point there to throw this in. And yeah, there you go. And sometimes you have to be careful of it hitting this top part here as you're moving in and out. But, oh, and this came out. But otherwise, yeah, it's easy to get it into whatever pose you need to. Also, along with that is a stand. Love it. Anytime a stand is included with anything is amazing. You can never have enough stands. Okay. So look at that. That stand works nicely. I mean, this, yeah, it's great just in its default. It does have some movement to it, but not too much. But yeah, that looks great. All right, and that is that. I just want to show off these other little goodies that came with this. Yeah, very awesome. Like, I guess if I had this displayed, it'd be cool to have that there, you know, to remember that. I love the box. Like, that looks awesome. It looks like a little, like, cell phone box. You know, look at that on there. Looks really cool. And then, you know, these little wristbands, which are cool. Yeah, this lanyard here with the little keychain thingy. Oh, yeah, and then the bag. Obviously, that's awesome. Look, I'm in Texas. I'm not heading out to New York often. I would love to have been able to show up at this store opening, but the next best thing happened. But yeah, let me know what you guys think. Pretty cool little figure of the Hi-Nu interpretation, doing the purple instead of the blue. It has the metallic look on it. Looks great, in my opinion. I feel like I have a lot of Hi-Nus now. That's pretty crazy. That was unintentional Hi-Nu. Anyway, guys, thanks for watching. We'll talk later.